Hello, welcome to Coaching with Tally. We are here talking today about 60-second reset. Something that you can do, a tool that you can have in your tool belt, so to speak, that you can help reset yourself inside of 60 seconds. And we're gonna actually do it here today. My name is Tally and I'm a life and personal development coach. I work with leaders to create lives of really alignment, getting them aligned holistically with who they're made to be, firing on all cylinders so that you can have the kind of impact that you want to have in the world and live a life that is centered in joy. So one of the things that we can do, especially in times like this, where there's so much fear coming at us, where there's lots of overwhelm, where there's a lot out of our control, a tool that I use daily, many times through the day, that really does, it's not the cure-all, but it really does support me in resetting into a whole different focus and into a better place where I feel better. And that is the gift of gratitude. Just focusing on the things that you are grateful for. It's amazing because you can't actually be grateful and feel defeated in the same moment. You can't feel grateful and overwhelmed at the same time. Like they can't occupy the same mental space simultaneously. And so just choosing, like, I'm just gonna get in gratitude for a minute. I'm gonna take some deep breaths and focus for a minute of my time and attention on things that I'm grateful for. It actually lowers the anxiety. It brings you into a better space. It's amazing. So with all of the things that are going on in the world right now, and we all have a lot of overwhelm. We've got people that we're worried about in our lives. We likely have finances that we're concerned about, whether we own our own business and are employing other people and we care about their families, whether we work for a company and we don't know what they're going to do. Whatever it is, likely there is some stress around finances. Certainly just for like a global level, our economics in general, there are lots of reasons to be concerned, lots of things that have our attention. A lot of us have family or friends that are still out in the world in essential jobs that are like on the front lines of some of this, healthcare workers and things like that. So give me a number, 1 to 10, where you feel like you're at, like in the midst of all of this, how stressed you are. So if 1 is like, I feel completely overwhelmed and very defeated, there's a lot of hopelessness going on for me, and I'm finding my anxiety levels really, really high. That's a 1. And 10 is like, I'm seeing all the ways that this is an incredible opportunity for my life and I'm feeling so motivated. That's a 10. Where are you? And it's likely somewhere in between, because that's likely what it is for most people. But where are you at today with that number? So get that number. You can post it here if there's a place to post, or if this is coming through as an email, then just get that number in your head. And then we're gonna do an exercise. So when you give your attention, when you give your focus, when you give your mental energy to something that you're grateful for, you actually shift your perspective into a positive outlook. There's just something that happens. What you give your attention to magnifies. It's like, we talked about this before, like taking a magnifying glass and putting it over whatever it is you want to make bigger. So when you give your attention to, when you just take time and focus on things that are positive, and there's actually a verse, whatever you believe, religiously, there's really a lot of truth in this verse. It's Philippians 4:8, and it says, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about these things. And then I love the promise that's connected to it. Think about these things and the God of peace will be with you. So there's a promise of peace when you give your attention to, when you focus on all of these things that are lovely and beautiful and excellent and worthy of praise. When you give your attention to these things, peace is what comes. I think it's beautiful. I think it's a beautiful promise. And I know this to be true experientially. So, and I want to say too, just as a disclaimer, this doesn't mean when you get grateful about something or you choose to give your attention to something that is beautiful or that you love or that you really admire, it doesn't mean that you're in denial about all of the things going on. And it doesn't mean that you don't care about what's happening in our world. It's actually the opposite. When you When you get yourself into this place, you actually have the capacity to do more about the situation. When you just are constantly in like the overwhelm of it, you actually get depleted to a place that you don't have the ability or the capacity to give much. So when you keep yourself in this place that you're filled up, you have both the creativity and the resources, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, like physically, to be able to actually give back. So it really does make a big difference. So we're going to do a little exercise right now if you want to join me. So I just want you to close your eyes. Even put your hands on your own chest, on your heart. Take a deep breath in. Maybe take a few deep breaths in. And just begin to give your attention, your focus right now to things in your life that are beautiful to you, things that you feel really grateful for. Maybe it's some of the things that you have in your life. Not everybody around the world has those things. Maybe it's the people who you really care about. Maybe it's something about your own health, something about your own body that you really just are so grateful for. That you can see, that you can walk. Maybe it's a gratitude for the level of freedom you still do have, even though there are some freedoms that feel restricted right now. Thinking about the freedoms that you still have. Take another deep breath in. And just think about something in your life that feels like a beautiful gift to you. What is something in your life that is a gift to you today? Think about something that is really beautiful to you. Just draw that to mind. Enjoy the beauty of that thing in your heart right now. Think about the smile of someone that you love. Just let your heart be filled with a statement right now that is true, that empowers you. It's an empowering statement that's true. Just let that flood through your mind right now. Think about something that you think is just worthy of praise. That you're just like, that's so amazing. Wow. And just notice your level of peace right now. After taking this minute to just check in, to feel grateful, you can open your eyes right now. And I want you to give a number to where you're at right now and see if it didn't increase from the first number that you gave. So scale of 1 to 10, 10 being like wonderful, 1 being like really struggling. Where do you feel like you're at now after taking just that minute to check in with yourself, to give your attention to things that are positive and beautiful and grateful, and notice the difference? Do you feel better, and is it worth giving a minute and a half of your time multiple times through the day just to feel that much better, to feel that much more empowered and able to give? So I have been going live every day on my Facebook page, Leaders Alive with Tally, at 1 o'clock Eastern. So I invite you to join me over there any day that you want, or every day. And then I also send out an email with the notes from that and a video of it, so you can click into it right there. If you're not able to join me live and you'd like to have that, please feel free to give me your email. And I'm going to be doing some other things too. I just had the thought today to do use one of the tools that I use with my clients in Mastermind called a life wheel assessment, and do like a free training. So that's something else I'm kicking around doing. Would love your feedback on that if it's something that you like. But if this supports you, share it, enjoy it. Feel free to get my email if you want. Just let me know what the email you'd want that sent to. And I send resources and notes from these every day. So hopefully this supports you, and I just bless you to live into more gratitude and more peace today.